Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the From the Booth podcast. My name is Mike. Thank you for tuning in to yesterday's episode, the mock draft. You guys are killing it. You guys have been killing it, and I really, really appreciate that. For those of you who don't know, though, please subscribe if you are new to the channel or if you haven't already. We're currently at 82 subscribers. My goal is to reach 100 by the draft. Or on the draft because in case you guys didn't know, I will be streaming the draft on YouTube. I'm going to be giving my live reactions to all the picks, all the trades, all the craziness that is the NFL draft. So if you guys are interested, please make sure to tune in on draft night. We will be streaming it on YouTube. Um, as you guys have probably seen by the thumbnail and the title of this video, today we're going to be talking about Will Levis, who is, in my opinion, one of the most maligned quarterback draft prospects I've seen for a number of years. Will Levis has his supporters that will die on his hill, and Will Levis has the people that think he's the worst shit since Johnny Manziel. There's a good mix. So today I'm going to kind of break down what my thoughts are on Will Levis, where I think he should go, where I think he will go, and kind of what I think his career outlook could look like. So let's start with the basics. Will Levis went to Penn State initially, didn't beat out Sean Clifford for that starting job, then transferred over to Kentucky and has been the starter for a number of years, for a few years. You know, in 2022 or 2021, played really well. Had a lot of people, buzzing about him, but unfortunately, lost his offensive coordinator, lost some of his weapons, lost some of his offensive linemen, and Kentucky overall as a team, I think, was not nearly as good skill position wise as they were in 2021. So for that, some of his production dipped a little bit. Some of his, raw numbers weren't as good, but the talent is obviously still there. He's got a rocket arm. He's got a really quick release, and a lot of people point to that as being, similarities with a lot of, great quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, and guys like that, guys with really quick, sharp releases. Um, and people love the arm strength. People love the build. He's a tall guy. He's thick. Even just recently, he posted a picture on Twitter of his transformation that he made after the injury, and he's muscular dude. Like he has a lot of muscle to him. He's not going to be easy to take down. Um, and I think that his build and his frame is a good thing for NFL scouts. He's maybe a little bit too muscular. Maybe you want to sacrifice some of those muscles for some flexibility and mobility, which I think is a bit more important. But that's kind of Will Levis in a nutshell, right? Strong arm, big quarterback, 6 foot, 3 plus. Maybe struggles with a lot of the accuracy, maybe struggles with some footwork, struggles with some decision making. But teams are going to look at they're going to look at the potential, the ceiling. That's the buzzword that every quarterback is going to be used to describe. What is his ceiling? What is his potential? What can he become with the right coaching? And obviously, you look at guys like Patrick Mahomes, who coming out of college were inaccurate, did have problems with their footwork, did make bad decisions occasionally, and how they were able to become molded and be the best quarterback in the NFL. Same thing with a guy like Josh Allen. Same thing with a guy like Jalen Hurts. Same thing with a guy like, Justin Herbert. A lot of people said the same thing. So, you look at those guys and you look at the success stories and having one of the best quarterbacks. And do teams think that Will Levis can be one of the best quarterbacks? I think they love his attributes. They love his raw attributes. They love his athleticism, his, arm strength, etc. But I'm here to talk about my opinion for Will Levis. My opinion for Will Levis is I think that he is becoming a bit overrated. Now, like I said in the beginning, there are some people that think he's the greatest shit since sliced bread, and there are some people that think he'll never throw a touchdown pass in the NFL. I think the hate or love scale is way skewed in one direction for most people. I think that I would lean more towards the negative side of it, but I don't think that he's just disgusting, right? So I'm going to start off by saying I think Will Levis, again, very talented, but there are a lot of things that Will Levis does that aren't good attributes of a quarterback. Here's what I mean. Will Levis does not handle pressure very well at all, right? I think his pressure to sack rate is very high. He cannot like maneuver the pocket, manage the pocket very well. And I think that's a problem because in the NFL, you're every defense has a good pass rusher almost, right? And you're going to have to find ways to maneuver the pocket to stand in, take those hits, and still deliver an accurate ball down the field. And I don't know if that's something that Will Levis can do. Additionally, I think that Will Levis, he's he's benefiting from the success stories of a lot of other guys, perhaps unfairly. And I don't know if he's as talented as a Josh Allen, as a Mahomes, as a Jalen Hurts, right? Um, because a lot of guys in the NFL these days have strong arms, and a lot of guys these days can run, and they're built and they're tall and whatever. So I just don't know if Will Levis is special in any of those kind of ways, other than his release maybe. Um, so that's just it. I don't know. I in watching Will Levis's film, there are some plays where he really does dazzle and he shows that he can be a great NFL quarterback. But I think more often than not, he puts Kentucky in a really bad spot. He's careless with the football. He is not a guy who. Let's talk about the other quarterbacks in this draft, like Bryce Young. Bryce Young won Alabama a lot of games. C.J. Stroud won Ohio State a lot of games and would have won them the game against the eventual national champion had his number one receiver not been knocked out of the game. Hendon Hooker won the game against Alabama. I'm sorry, did I say that Bryce Young won the game against Texas, not Tennessee? Hendon Hooker won them the game against Alabama. I don't really see a game where Will Levis won Kentucky the game. He will him the game. Anthony Richardson won him the game against Utah, I believe it was. So when you look at Will Levis, where was the game this past year where he won Kentucky the game? Where was the game where he, didn't turn the ball over, delivered a touchdown or delivered a big play or what have you to win Kentucky the game? I think more often than not is that he was losing Kentucky the game with his interceptions, with his fumbles, with his, mishandling of pressure. And not having that attribute to me hurts him a lot. It's an attribute that a lot of the other quarterbacks in this draft have, and I think that he's a bit of a I don't want to say Mickey Mouse quarterback, but essentially like a guy who looks like a quarterback. If you watched him in warm-ups, he throws like a quarterback, but I don't know if he necessarily can do the responsibilities that a quarterback should do, if that makes sense. Um, I personally have a low second round grade on him. Um, I think that that's probably where he should be taking. Now, I'm not stupid. I understand that he is going nowhere near the back half of the second round and that he is going to be a first round pick, likely a top 10 pick. So I think that the teams that could take a chance on Will Levis would be the Colts at 4. I actually saw some reports that the Colts really like Will Levis going number 4 overall, which doesn't surprise me necessarily. Jim Irsay seems like a type of guy who likes his big, strong, tall, white quarterbacks, and I think that the arm strength is dandalizing, and the release and everything like that is something that he probably really likes. So I could see him going to the Colts at 4. I could also see him, if he falls, going to the Raiders at 7. Um, I can't really see him going 8 to Atlanta, although maybe because he's a Southern kid, I don't know. He's not going 9 to the Bears, not going 10 to the Eagles. Possibly could go 11th if he falls that far to Tennessee. Um, but I don't know. I don't know if Tennessee would want to do that. I think they want to trade up. So um, I don't know, but I think Indianapolis is the most likely place for him to go, or if a team trades up to 3. Um, I think the way it's going to go, the draft is going to go. Somebody's going to trade up with 3 to Arizona, take Anthony Richardson. Will Levis will go 4 to the Colts, and then the Seahawks will just take the best non-quarterback. But let me know what you guys think down below of Will Levis. If you love him, if you hate him, if you can't stand him, what have you. Just let me know. I will make sure to read your comments and respond. I've been loving it. Again, guys, please don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. We are on the road to 100. Hopefully going to hit that before the draft. Love all of you guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later. Peace out.